Yo, 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 it's your boy Kansan. Welcome back to another episode of from episode Echo 4. Sorry. Too many E's. Too many E's. Anyway. Anyway, welcome back to Echo 4, where we're talking about the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Episode number 4. It's called The Whole World is Watching. And man, this I like this episode. I would say this is probably my favorite episode this whole show so far.
Bold, okay.
Because what it's doing is like it's taking the theme of Winter Soldier, because out of the whole episode, all the movies, Winter Soldier is like the darkest ones, the most relatable to like kind of like how DC approaches displaying their superheroes, how they all have faults, how they're not perfect, things like that. And this darker approach, this episode reminded me that this is the Winter Soldier perspective on the Marvel universe. So what do you guys think? First impressions? Starting with Will.
Man, this show just keep getting blacker and blacker, and I'm here for it, bro. Yo, like, shit, yo,
That laugh.
like, bro. Yo, when Sam was talking about old girl being dead, he's like, yeah, man, when my TT died, and like fucking like and fucking Buddy like.
Yeah,
Yeah,
TT.
I'm like, God damn, this shit getting black. This shit, this is because I didn't expect shit to get this black for anything related to Captain America vaguely. I'm like, don't get me wrong. I fuck with Steve Rogers and shit, and like, bro, I mean, at the end of the day, like Steve Rogers, I mean, he rebelled against the government. I automatically fuck with that, but still, it's kind of like, bro, it's still like these black ass moments that you think it don't get any blacker than like him referring to his auntie as TT, then the door, Melage walk in and shit.
Ooh,
and,
boy.
Nigga, black women are beautiful. That's all I got to say.
Black women are beautiful.
Yo, if my fucking soundboard was working, Joe, I would have had like Dr. Omar say that shit. Just like, yeah. Bro. I'm like, God damn. And damn, in a way, old girl took that shield. I'm like, fuck.
Yes.
I love, yo.
Yeah, that was
that was epic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we'll probably get into that shit later though.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Drea, your thoughts?
Oh, this was exciting. I love how we have predictions. And there are things that are set up that we know is going to happen, but the how?
Oh, yeah. It's always about the how now.
Man, I love that shit. I'm going to keep it light. I'm going to keep it right down.
And Barry Monique?
Yeah, I really did like this episode. And I love seeing Adore Melage. Even in the beginning of the show, I was just like, "Oh my god, we're starting in Wakanda!" I knew it was gonna be a black ass episode from the start. Yes, I was just like, "Hey!" Yes, yes, I was so excited. I really like the episode. I definitely was right on some predictions, but yeah, I'm just so curious how they're gonna wrap this up in 2 episodes. I don't know, but yeah. I liked it a lot.
Damn, you remind me it's only 2.
2 left.
But they keep it so clean and crisp that I'm really enjoying the series. Like, there's no fluff. Everything matters to the narrative. So I'm here for it. Cute little mini series.
Yeah. It's like this runtime. Like they make really good use of every minute and second they have for it. Like this runtime. I'm like, man, this feels like I'm watching a movie, but it's like it's only like less than an hour long.
Right.
In all fairness, Disney has really been on that shit. Like even like for Mandalorian, both seasons of Mandalorian and it really uses its time wisely. It only goes as long as it needs to, and I'm all for that shit. Like, because I don't want to. Because honestly, Joe, it be times where like, yo, the show is exciting though, but it be times where like the entire show just feels like it's dragging on. Because I got a lot of that shit in fucking Game of Thrones.
Yeah. There were some things that are like, yo, what, why? Like, I mean, I understand, but they make them too long, man. And then, especially in the last few seasons, man.
For me, you know what? I regret saying Game of Thrones because we all got feelings on that shit.
We should talk about it though.
Calm down. I was like, I was just thinking that too. I was like, oh, we should just go ahead and like just
because they trying to do a resurgence and shit. And you know what? I nigga, let's piss on that.
I mean, they do. I mean, they got some of the series coming out, so we might as well start off by like, I guess, rewatching. Or I guess just discussing what we like and don't like. Just whatever.
I don't know. We'll have to talk about that.
That's gonna be a painful rewatch.
All right, don't rewatch. We'll just pick topics.
Okay.
I'll rewatch.
Let's get it to it. Episode 4.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. So it starts off.
This 80 proof shit ain't hitting the way it should. God damn it.
You need something stronger? Go get it. Go get a shot.
He needs
no, listen to Dre.
This is literally all I got right now. So
damn, you should have hit the store like I did.
I did hit the store. That's why I got
what you got.
It was on sale. So I had
payday.
Yeah, but I had to do grocery shopping because a motherfucker got to eat. My fridge is literally empty. Literally empty.
All right, y'all. Let's get back to
anyway.
Let's get it.
It starts off with Bucky talking, and pretty much he's given 8 hours. 8 hours until they come at the Zemo. So it's like, all right, shit. We got 8 hours. And he just run back to them and, the reports. And then from there, it goes on to the rest of the episode to where, so going from here, perspective of Bucky. So he's now caught between having to deal, knowing what Wakanda is going to do and what they're after, and knowing that he has this time limit. There's nothing. Is it feasible? Like, is it really feasible from you think from Bucky's perspective to complete this task?
Hell fucking no. It was not. They had barely any leads, and they finally did get some thanks to Zemo. But I was like, okay, I don't know how the hell they're gonna be trying to find this girl and with this time frame, and Dora Milaje definitely flex their strength in front of everybody. And I'm like, yeah, I forgot. And I didn't forget, but I was quickly reminded how efficient and badass they truly are. So I was just like, yeah, it just put a sense of pressure on the episode. I feel it's just like it's lingering in the background.
But you know what? That's Wakandas in general, because like every Wakandan is like an Olympic level athlete. Because like they didn't do this in the movies though, but there's a story in the comics of like Steve Rogers during World War II trying to go into Wakanda on a secret mission, and he was stopped by the Black Panther, like I think T'Challa's grandfather or some shit, and he told his ass, "You ain't crossing this border," and clearly he wasn't having it. Then they fought, and Black Panther knocked Steve Rogers' ass out, dragged him to the other side of the border, and left his ass there.
Thou shalt not pass, colonizer.
Exactly. So trust me, like every Wakandan, like, I mean, even on that what was it? Infinity War. When all the Wakandas came out. I don't think that's army. I think that was the populace in general. Like I think them
they all just like grab, it's like the Spartans, like just grab your spears. Everybody
Come on, baby, we gotta go.
It's time to go to war.
Fighting for Earth.
Literally, them motherfuckers were probably playing like they version of PlayStation or whatever. It was like, oh, there's smoke, and they just got up and left. And that's what that is. I will say, Joe, like that the pettiest shit I saw was like when old girl did like the 5-finger death punch on Bucky and his arm fell off. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. His face afterwards.
He looked so wounded. He like, how could you?
Yo, if someone did that shit to me and an appendage fell off, nigga, I lose my fucking mind. Like, yo,
that's the personification of disarmed. You got disarmed.
He looks at it and Buzz Lightyear when he found out he couldn't fly. He like,
Oh, that heartbroken moment.
He's like, you know, they can do that. He like, clearly not. Damn.
So, so after like that moment where Bucky's given this time limit and he's like reporting to them, basically, well, meets up with them and basically says, "Oh yeah, ran into Wakanda. Like we got this time limit." And then the Zemo kind of like is talking about, "Hey, you know, I got my leverage too." But at the time, this is where I kind of got from this episode. This episode is about new understandings from what I've seen. So Sam in this scene, he's kind of talking about how he kind of starting to see and understand from the Flag Smasher's perspective. And he's starting not exactly have a change of heart, but like he's trying to be the mold from all the different sides in this. So you see like everyone is like they're saying this and saying that, and he's like giving his he's the counselor in this episode basically, and he's also really seeing the Flag Smasher's perspective and connecting with Carly, and I'm wondering like what do you guys think about Sam taking this approach compared to everyone else taking the more aggressive approach, which we'll get to in a bit with John Walker.
Sam really blossomed as an individual because he like, this is my job. This is what I used to do before I was an Avenger. She's vulnerable. This is the time to connect with her. So let me do what I fucking do. And it was just a really great character moment because now even Carly's like, damn, he gets it. I don't want to fuck him up. That John Walker, he can get the smoke, but you,
yeah.
I got opinions, but no, I'm sorry.
No, but that was it.
Okay. Yeah. Excuse me. Same here because it's like, bro, because I kind of relate to that shit. Like, yo, I agree with the cause. The methods, however, not so much. It's like, bro, and it made sense. Like, bro, half the population kind of just went away. And so like people had to pick up the pieces and make society run. And that kind of made motherfuckers like kind of like disregard probably like a lot of the prejudices and preconceived notions that they had about one another and shit. And so it kind of unified them in order to survive in this new world. Then all of a sudden the status quo comes back in the worst way possible. Like and that brings with it assholes who regain positions of power and shit, more corrupt and shit though. It's like, bro, like I get it. Like suddenly you all built something and all of a sudden like
it's torn apart basically.
Yeah, the world gets forced back into the status quo that you all tried so hard to fight away from, and then and you end up being a casualty of the world going back to the way it was. And it's kind of like that's not really that's not progress at all.
Right.
That's the opposite of it. So it's like you can't even it's like shit is different, but they're trying so hard to keep it to like adjust the transition of it though, and that's not fucking going well apparently. And so it's like I get it, like I understand where Sam is coming from. Like, yo, I get the shit though, but like the way you're going about it is kind of fucked because like how many bodies can you drop? Like
because it's more or less doing the same basically,
right? It's before you justify the shit. Like I mean, like
it's tough. It's tough. And then I think the final straw was when they announced over like the radio or whatever that they're reestablishing all the original borders of the countries and everything.
And even like, Sam pointed out, like, you might be wanting to make a change, but you're only making a different world. You're not making it better.
Yeah, you're not making. Yeah, I really like that line. I like that Sam was connecting with her, and it felt like he was breaking through until
so close. He was there. He was at the breaking point. They came up. Was like, oh, but yeah. Speaking of breaking points, speaking of breaking points.
Before we get there, there's like I love Zemo because he be dropping gems.
Yeah.
Yes,
low
he
key be
does.
dropping gems.
Ooh,
Like people think that Zemo cut is just him dancing. Nah, it's him just dropping straight facts, no printer.
I hate that I like Zemo, bro.
He's over there with Candy. He's like the desire to become
I hate
superhuman.
that. I hate that I like this man. Like, bro.
Exactly.
Turkish, like I really like his character. Like, man,
Yes.
Turkish delight. I was like, damn, I want one.
But he's
Right.
like the desire to become superhuman cannot be separated from supremacist ideals. And I'm like,
Yes. I was like, oh my God, this man is
Right.
but
dropping
it's
it.
beautiful foreshadowing. I don't know if it's for Carly anymore because you could see a shift click in her near the end where she like,
Yeah,
this is
getting
not
real.
where I wanted to go.
Or
Now John Walker on the other hand, though.
Right.
Or that one line that Battle Scar had dropped, which I actually appreciate. It was like he was like, "Yo, should I take the serum or not?" And he was like, "Well, what does it really do? It just makes you more of yourself." So,
yeah, power makes you more of yourself.
I'm like, shit, because like you think about everybody who had that fucking serum though, it's sort of like Steve Rogers, like, and like how he became Captain America and how John Walker became Captain America, drastically fucking different.
Yep.
Like Steve got chosen not by the government, but he got chosen by the scientists running the shit because he felt like, okay, someone without power would likely value it more. Like and like Steve had heart. he saw that shit, he saw that shit in training. So and even if this whole thing proven anything is that the government never gets any choice it makes right. All right. It doesn't. Like even when Steve became a super soldier, what did they do? They had that nigga singing show tunes for like I don't know how
Patriotism.
and so
he's basically like just propaganda.
Yeah, he was definitely
basically propaganda and shit until he had to go outside and like prove himself and shit. Then when the government tried to remake the superhero serum, they experimented on black soldiers and they had Isaiah Bradley who fought the war for him and they threw him in jail for 30 years. Now we got John Walker who after like Steve Rogers came back and clearly defied and rebelled against what the government was doing in terms of the Sokovia Accords, they chose a Captain America that best embodied what they wanted Captain America to be. And it's that's probably like the only choice that they got right because that embodies their agenda.
Their America,
he is so
their America.
He's just America. He's
America.
Weird. The fact that he think he could walk in a room and have authority, I'm like, the caucasity with you.
Dora Milaje are just like,
like, bro, you
thought Bucky was in a rock and a hard place, aka black women? You about to find out.
And plus, let's be real. We know Bucky ain't gonna give up that pass to the cookout. That's bullshit. That shit ain't gonna.
Like these women help me out.
Help me.
I'm like, I'm just warning y'all. Or you saw that shit when they came through on bullshit. Cause him and Sam didn't do shit. They just watched like, yo, we should really stop this. He was like, nah, and I'm
he knew it would be trouble.
The bar Battlestar didn't even move. He looked like, yo.
No.
Yeah, he know.
He saw black women come in. He like, hold on. Ja. Oh shit, chokehold. Wait, I can't.
Yeah, he's like, we gotta save them. They gonna be dead.
Remember what John said at the end? He was just like, and they're not even super.
He was hurt. His soul was hurt. His soul was hurt. He was like, man.
I laughed it so hard. I'm like, he like, I got beat up by the black girls. I got beat up by some Grace Jones bitches. They weren't.
Why would you do that? All right, but it was like, bro, damn. I don't know. Damn, I ain't got a joke to top that one. Damn.
That was a good one.
It was a good one. I ain't gonna lie. Bravo, shit. I ain't got a joke to top that shit.
All right, so
when petty shit was like when old girl had a shield and she was like, yo, give it back.
No, the way
See that shit.
She stumped on it and caught it. It was like she owned that. She owned it, and then he looked like.
I'm like, bro. Hey, black women are beautiful.
The fact he was struggling with a pointy stick when they got his, like, damn.
Right.
It's strong.
No, they literally came in that room chucking spears and fucked everybody up. I'm like, nigga.
And I was so here for every minute of it.
And he's trying to use that shield. It didn't help his ass at all. He was gonna throw that shit like not today and pin that motherfucker with fucking pinpoint accuracy, bro.
Bucky's like world star. Good job, John. Keep your arm up.
He was trolling in the back.
So now I know why Daniel Kaluuya calmed the fuck down when his wife came through and he was riding that run. No, he was like, nah, we ain't having this shit today. He's like, you may be my husband, but I'll kill your ass for my king. That's bullshit. I'm like,
you gonna fight me, my love? She like, for my country, bitch. Of course.
Yeah, they're no play. They're for real, not for play.
Ooh,
No.
Are they divorced? Are they still together?
We'll see.
Who knows?
The next movie.
But yeah, so Carly, you see that she's also like we're also getting a new understanding of her as well. Like we see that the earlier on how Zemo, which I feel like he's kind of given like the true human perspective on all of this, because while everyone else is like either super soldier or turning super soldier, like or have super human ability or some type of equipment like Sam that to make him like a superhero. Zemo, other than being a badass dude with putting a mask on,
badass dude with a coat,
a nice trench, he don't really have nothing else, and like so he's like still bringing a human element to all this. So when okay. So what I'm saying, like, so what I'm saying, like, when it came down to the point when he's chasing Carly and she dropped the serums, and then once he realized that, oh, is this what I think it is, and he just snapped. Like he's sticking to his resolve of how, like, there's the
world shouldn't,
they should not, and meanwhile, Carly, like, you can also see that the serum is affecting her. So from her perspective, she's choosing to go a little more dark route, and I feel like that may be from the serum. Or what do you guys think? Starting with Brittany.
I think my whole thing with Carly is that she's young, obviously young. So the way she's interpreting the world, she doesn't have the full picture. She doesn't have the experience. She just feeling pain, and she realized these are the people that are, causing her and her people that she loves pain, and she wants to do something about it. And she's going this drastic route, and she has no guidance at all. And that's why I feel that when Sam came in, she automatically dropped her guards when she felt that he really was connecting with her. And so that moment was such a crucial moment for her character. And then, whack ass Captain America came and messed it up. But I just think that she's just so young and confused right now. And I just hope that she does get saved. I mean, she got bodies now.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I know in like in content, in film, once you start killing people, it's really hard to redeem that character.
Yeah.
But she is young, so maybe it is possible that she can be somewhat redeemed, or kind of like, I don't know.
So you don't see her like continuing down this path of potentially becoming the Flag Smasher, potentially like redemption at some point?
I think she might be redeemed in the future. I don't think she's going to continue on this path. Otherwise, what would be the point of her connecting with Sam in that scene? Like if she was just going to go down this dark route, then what would be the point? It
could be similar to in Star Wars, how we continue to see Anakin have these connections where he tried, and then the connections fail here and there, and you can see the path to the dark side. in a sense.
Okay, yeah, that's true. They got 2 more episodes, so I don't know what's
Yeah,
gonna
right.
happen.
Yeah, it was really. Drea, your thoughts?
I think what Lamar, aka Battlestar, rest in peace.
Mm.
Rest in peace, Token.
I didn't want to be the first one to say it, but
he said power just makes a person more of themselves. And I think with Carly, she's really an idealistic individual, thinking that she could single-handedly make that change. I don't think that's changing her. I think, just having power just gives you more opportunity. Sure, she did go a little bit left and like, yo, there's people in that building. And she's like, this is the language they only understand, sir. Mm-hmm. So I think with power just give you more confidence. But I think that ending, seeing how things were spiraling out of her control, she might not go so far because I think she's going to end up biting off more than she can chew. We haven't met much of the power broker, but I'm sure he's going to collect his check, going to collect what is due at the very tail end, and then Carly's just going to be overwhelmed, and she might have to go back to Sam.
I got a theory on that. I think I know who it is, but yeah,
so
I'll wait to the end.
So I don't think she's going to fall off the deep end. I think John Walker is going to take that mantle instead, because he had a whole conversation with Battlestar, and he's like, yo, you got 3 medals of honor. He's like, the shit we have to do to get that. It didn't feel honorable. So now I wonder about his backstory to know how messy it was to rationalize him doing what he did. Ended up becoming Homelander on public stands. Everybody got that phone like, damn.
And the fact that nobody helped him, they were just like recording.
Can you help me? You're the super soldier. It's Super America.
I get it.
You gonna help it?
I'm like, hey, stop.
All right.
I'd have been Zemo. I'd have put my church finger up and just slicked on my ass out the way.
Oh, Zemo's smart as hell.
I'm gonna be real. The funniest shit was like when John Walker jumped out that window, landed on that car, and the look on that Flag Smasher's face. He was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. That look of feel was some funny shit because it was like, "Oh no," because they were really talking about killing Captain America like it was a viable fucking option. Until
until he drank the secret stuff, the special stuff.
Until he showed up with the serum and shit, and like had superpower and shit. And they were like, "Oh shit, this different."
Like, damn, we weren't expecting this to come back at us.
That shit was funny though.
So
yeah, he was like, "Oh shit, the rowdy rough boy took the chemical head."
Rowdy rough boy.
When the Momo JoJo pop is this shit. We didn't think we're gonna be fighting super serum soldiers. It's gonna be us. Damn.
Yeah, when it comes to old girl, I think that whole group, I think everybody in that group is about to die. I think everyone in that group is about to die except her. And if she becomes the Flag Smasher, because like the Flag Smasher, the character in the comics is like the antithesis of what Captain America is. And since we have a Captain America who is clearly not Steve Rogers, who basically embodies the agenda that is the US government, you're going to have someone come, she's going to turn into someone, liquor burps. She's going to turn into somebody who basically fights against that, or who basically opposes that shit. I mean, especially if John Walker ends up killing all of them because they killed his homie, which understandably I'd be upset too, regardless of how funny that nigga's name was and shit. They call me, wait a minute, they call me Battle Scar. That bullshit. Anyway, no, regardless of that shit, like, so yeah, he has a vendetta against the Flag Smashers in general. And so if you thought her burying that one woman is gonna be rough, boy, she motherfucker about to gank all them niggas, and he just did it for the TikTok. He just did it.
Yeah.
Literally just did on TikTok, and now motherfuckers are already like, "Yo, is this like in my Killmonger voice? Is this your Captain America, nigga?" And so yeah, so shit's about to hit different. Her idealism, I feel like, is justified up until she started changing and taking more drastic measures. After this shit, after when John lost his homie and shit, and now this motherfucker's clearly going to be hunting him down with prejudice and shit, with extreme prejudice. She's on extreme vengeance and shit. She's gonna be a little different. She gonna change and like. She gonna be taking.
But we do have Sam and Bucky still in the mix, and I think that's where that connection with Sam and Carly, they purposely showed that, and I think it's gonna play a part in her slight redemption arc or whatever. I don't think she's gonna turn bad. I think Sam is gonna save her.
It wouldn't be
what Sam. Oh my bad.
It wouldn't surprise me if somebody else in their faction turns point. Because it's like, he killed one of us. We got to clap back hard. And she's like, I bit off more than I could chew. Because it's watching him die. You can see something like switch on in her. Because that was meant to be her. She looked
like a scared little girl. She really did.
She's the one who technically killed Lamar. So she's like, oh.
Yeah. Even her face when she did that, she was like
she didn't mean to.
It's as if, like, this power is now becoming out of hand and not contained. It's not going as I intended to be. I'm biting off more than I can chew. And then the power broker, like, little girl, I'm
at your neck.
Hey, what you? Ow!
That's probably why she was trying to save the serum as well. Like, or maybe if I had to help pay back, I still got this little insurance.
Zemo was like that. He was like, no, but no, Sam. All I got to say is that Sam a better person than me. Because if you call me, because if I was in this position, she called up my sister, made some threats and shit. I'll be like, nah, this bitch needs to die tonight. Like, I'd be different. Like, nah. But no, I tried. Like,
Sam was like, he threatened my nephew.
Lord knows I tried. She needs to go. It's over. Fuck her.
Sarah dropped some damn gems. She
did.
Hey, girl, I was about to fuck up your brother. She like, don't, sis. He working with that nigga. She like, wait a minute. My world doesn't matter to America, so why should I care about his mascot? She like, I knew I like you.
Right.
And I'm like, damn, this show is getting black as fuck. Who was right?
It was definitely a black girl magic moment right there. But
but as in, like, that just kind of mirrors Falcon issue with taking on that mantle. It's like, and then you have Isaiah. Double the dosage, and then you have people who are displaced because corporate capitalism. So I'm like, yeah,
they're hammering that home. Like they're doing a great job just reminding us this is the actual issue that's going on, and all these people are just kind of unfortunately caught in the middle.
Yeah.
Hey, just on the side note, if I got dusted by Thanos and came back 5 years later, like, I would expect my student debt to be gone. I'm sorry. Like, I don't want to.
I'd be so mad the interest line.
I'd be so mad if it was there. Like,
I'll become a terrorist if my shit ain't gone.
There shouldn't be any debt.
You're gonna be Carly.
We smashing all of it.
If you shouldn't have any debt, you probably also shouldn't have any money either. Because
would I be legally dead though when I come back? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, it's 5 years.
Probably. Or they'll probably have a whole new category, or just they call it like gone or something.
Gone.
It's like, it's like just ashes left, right? If that, a lot of them like even less than that. So it's like, what is left? They gone.
You gone, but here, Falcon goes trying to get along. He said, "Baby, you did not exist for 5 years." You can't get no loan.
Nigga, I got snapped out of existence.
Can I get a selfie?
My fault.
I threw that phone across the room.
And didn't Carly touch up on that too? Or something like he's trying to save his home and everything. Like she threw that back on.
Yeah.
She knew.
Yeah. I mean, Carly's not wrong. It's just the method that she employing is just fucked. That's all it is. Like, she's coming from a real ass place, which every last one of us can understand that shit.
Yeah.
Ooh,
but it's just that the methodology that she's employing in order to achieve those ends are just fucked up. And it's kind of like, this ain't the move. This ain't it, Chief. Like, I don't know about you.
So, sorry, go ahead.
Just like similarities. talking about supremacy and whatnot of just taking matters in your own hand. It's not like she is equivalent of a Thanos, but it's not that different. You have your own ideologies of what is better for the world, and you about to. He made himself a little wristband, little wristy, a little ornament, a little bedazzled, a little bling bling, and she's like, "I took a sippy sip."
So, I mean, yeah, in theory, it's definitely the same mindset. So just different, powers.
I just wonder that how it's going to end for her. Like, is she going to die? Is she going to be in prison by the power breaker? Like, bitch, we're going to drain this serum out your blood. We're going to make some new stuff.
That's
going to be Isaiah 2.0, bitch.
That would be
bitch better have my serum.
Yeah, especially
lucky.
Bitch better have my serum.
Walker. If you're lucky, he'll get his hands on John Walker.
Yeah, please.
Because after that bullshit, I guarantee you, the GOJ is gonna be like, yeah, we don't know this nigga.
Yeah, he gonna be. They gonna excommunicate him. They gonna cut off.
They'll pull a Mariah Carey. I don't know him.
I don't know him, bro. I don't know him.
They're gonna erase everything. He gonna
Are we really comparing Thanos with snapping half of the population of the universe out of existence with what old girl with the flag smash is doing?
No, really? It's the mindset.
No, it's the mindset.
Yeah, I mean,
not the actual.
She's a downsized version, but that's the mindset. The mentality.
The mindset is the same. The scale is different.
The scale is way different.
Zemo said just to be superhuman aligns you with supremacy. He made a whole gauntlet to blink people out of existence.
Well, yeah, because
make shit in his own vision. Well, she took a super serum. Yeah, she doing it for the right reason, but the way you're going about it might not be as great. Then again, is there a perfect solution for this kind of shit?
It's not.
You're going against corporate greed.
This nigga Thanos literally said overpopulation is a problem, so we need to kill half the people.
But is it really overpopulation or is it capitalistic greed? He just took the easy way out. It was just so much convenience to bleep up half the people rather than select individuals. And then people are going to fill in the power vacuum like they did after the blip.
I wish the fucking soundboard was why. I'm like, why the fuck you lie? Like, are you fucking? I don't know why this shit ain't working. All right.
Did I lie though?
This is
it overpopulation or is it capitalism?
I feel that they both came from a very real place, and it kind of radicalized in a way that was really of no benefit to anybody. Because when she blew up that fucking joint that's supposed to be helping people repopulate the shit, and it was like, yo, they had like 6 months worth of shit that they weren't passing out. I mean, that's fucked up, but that's like bureaucratic bullshit. That's kind of expected to some degree. I'm not saying you should accept it, but you shouldn't be surprised by it.
Yeah.
That being said, even when she did that shit, all she did was make it harder for the cause, because they were like, we reestablishing borders, we reenacting certain fucking things and shit though. So like the new status quo that they had established after the snap, when half the population was gone and people was left behind to pick up the pieces, the allowances, the concessions that were made in order to have society thrive and survive, she undid that shit with what she did, even though she was fighting for that.
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right on that too. It's a complicated issue.
Up to your front door and was like, "Yo, half of you niggas need to die."
Well,
the motherfucker being like, "Yo, what?" Like, yo, I'd be upset.
Well, at the same time, the one thing I noticed with the Marvel movies cinematic universe, when it came to like expressing Thanos' perspective on it, they only really showed his experience with his home planet Titan, and then also showcase how what he done affected the Earth. Then what he done affected not just the Earth, the whole universe. Well, his decision was a universal decision, not just a global decision. He's not worried about just one planet and the little governments that's going on with their bullshit. He's worried about the universal,
the whole universe.
So this whole other species and different types of governments we can't even think of is out there that
that could have been thriving, and his ass snapped them out of existence.
Yeah, well, my argument is that the two acts are not, that the two things that they're doing are not comparable. That's really what I'm arguing.
Okay, and that is fine. I'm just saying there's similar mentalities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree.
It's different scales.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So,
like,
he thought he was saving the universe. She's trying to save the world.
And what happened when that shit fell? That nigga was like, "Oh no, all y'all all need to go." What?
Well, it was a younger Thanos that was about that smoke.
He succeeded, and then like found out that they killed him afterwards, and it was like, okay, so what we need to do is kill everybody. That's what he
said. I'm my mistake. I fucked up living happy y'all to live.
Especially if he found out how they killed him. He's like, oh no, I lost my head. Oh,
y'all caught me chilling in my kitchen making eggs and bacon.
Eating in my food.
He was humming to himself like, oh.
Yeah, fucked on my porch.
This nigga literally look like Ving Rhames and Baby Boy cooking eggs over that stove.
You love that fucking meme. I love that meme though.
I'm like, this motherfucker. Like, yo, I'd be pissed too. I'd be pissed too if I found a nigga that committed mass genocide, just mass murder, and like this motherfucker out there picking flowers. I'd be so.
It was a fitting death.
I don't blame Thor for doing what he did, but yeah. So no, I'm just saying that the two aren't comparable. But granted, the ideology that they brought forth, like old girls made more sense to Thanos because it was like, yo, we need to save population. It was just that the drastic jump to the solution was just too drastic to come. Yeah, it was like it was a viable option from the jump. I'm like, no, it was never that point. But you know, it is what it is. But again, but yeah, my problem with old girl is that it's the fact that clearly the end doesn't justify the means.
It's clear.
No, the ends are justified. It's just that the means to get to them don't
and that's what Sam was basically telling her, which that's why he's being kind of like the martyr in a sense, because they did hint in this episode of her homeboy who rest in peace. He kind of talked about how Captain America, he idolized him so much.
Yeah.
So and how she was like, no, not about that. So when she's seeing Sam from this and relating to Sam, like she maybe turn her perspective on that, and she might see him as Captain America, which if things turn around, she's and she does become a flag smasher, and she helps out Sam. If he ends up becoming Captain America, she may be one of the supporting people who help him achieve that.
Okay.
Any thoughts on that's just that's just what I caught. I was like, wait, because I was like, wait, why are they showing these scenes of like when they're getting the serum, of course, but showcasing this guy's ideology on how he adored Captain America, what he stood for, and how it kind of shown how it's similar to what she wants, but the way she's going about it is not relatable. And it was trickled throughout the episode. Like Zemo talked about it as well. It's like, okay, yeah, so Steve had the serum and Carly serum, but people in the serum, but like how many Steve Rogers are out there? Like the serum, like when people are taking it, is not affecting them in a good way most of the times than not.
Yeah, but I think that was mostly to highlight John Walker, who took over the mantle of Captain. Because at this point, he's not even really Captain America.
He's
Homelander.
He is definitely Homelander.
Oh yeah. Speaking of that, so
wait. He's full blown U.S. soldier. I mean, U.S. agent right now. That's where he's at right now. So it's like, so yeah, because everything that everybody's been saying about how Steve Rogers took the serum and became this fucking paragon for society and shit. Then we have how it never affected him, or how that line about how the serum just makes you more of what you really are. That whole thing that really that really built up to like show the kind of person who John Walker really is, which is like,
we all knew what kind of person
we all knew who he was, though.
Yeah.
And like
from the moment, it's like he seems
Yeah.
like a nice guy, but there's something about him, and there's something coming out.
But then Bucky, like, I know crazy.
It's funny.
Yeah, I'm crazy. I know crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's basically, I think that whole thing is just basically highlighting his transformation into like the U.S. soldier. Because I highly doubt they're gonna let that motherfucker keep the mantle after this shit. That's not gonna happen. I think if anything, Sam will take on that mantle just after the fact, and like America's gonna have to do some explaining to do why the superpowered motherfuckers walking around. How did they get this serum? How did that so on and so forth? And that's gonna embarrass them to some degree because
damage control. Yeah,
it's just damage control. They literally had Captain America execute a motherfucker on the stream, nigga. Yo,
they didn't have him. He did that on his own. They like
on live for the gram.
He went AWOL.
He lost his fucking mind, yo. And like, so yeah, like John Walker is full-blown U.S. agent at this point. And so that's, yeah. So shit's gonna get really different. Because I said it like a couple weeks ago, like, yo, this is gonna be a fight for that mantle. What does it mean to be Captain America? And when it boils down to it, that's exactly what the fuck is gonna happen. And I think it would only be fitting that, because it seemed like, I think it would only be fitting if a motherfucker that didn't have the serum in their veins would choose to be Captain America, which would be Sam at this point, because that would make the most sense. And like this is like, if you ask me, because even when Zemo was like, "Would you take the serum?" and Sam like, "Hell no!" I'm like, "No, that ain't me. That's bullshit." And what'd you say?
I said, "Tap my ass in. Tap me in."
Go ahead. Do you?
Okay. Boom. Because back what Kim was asking, because he's like, damn, now I gotta remember what he was asking. Just about that whole conversation that he had about Captain America. Because he's told him, like, I see Captain America in Carly. I think Carly's starting to see Captain America in Falcon. Because he can connect with her, because he can understand that this isn't right, but you're going about it the wrong way. She even told me, either you a genius or you're just very idealistic and naive. So I think she's starting to see that now that things are getting really out of hand for her. She might see him more as this is the Captain America everybody deserves to have.
Yeah.
And even though the idea of the super serum, just the fact that Sam flat out said, "Nah, I don't need that." Zemo's like, that's impressive. So I think that's just building up more and more that Sam will be appropriate for that mantle. I don't even think it's a fight for the mantle. It's just who's going to just take that up. Because I'm sure just having a blood-stained shield destroyed.
Oh, that was so hard to look at. I was
destroyed. Just like, you have a whole museum about this man. His shield is stained with just blood. He's holding it like,
literally.
So he was flashing that for everybody.
Like, bro, y'all ain't shit. Fuck the DOJ. Them niggas, my bad. No, I'm good. Go ahead.
No, but that was pretty much it.
Any other thoughts from you, Brittany?
Y'all pretty much covered a lot of it. I think they are setting up for Sam to take the shield right now. Honestly, he's the best fit. Like, and I feel like America have ignored black people in this country for so long. I think it's about time. And what they did to Isaiah Bradley, he deserves to be Captain America.
They're gonna acknowledge that shit.
Yeah, and if Sam is Cap, he's definitely gonna bring that out and just be like, "This was effed up. We can try to make this better." But yeah, I definitely think they're setting up for Sam, and I like the that interaction was so important for this whole series, Carly and Sam, and I think Carly is looking at Sam as the real Captain America, not John Walker.
Ooh, and just the irony that the serum was built off of black bodies. The mantle is going to a black man.
Yes.
And basically remember that the Flag Smasher, the character, is the antithesis of Captain America. And now we have a Captain America. Now we have Sam, who feels like he shouldn't be Captain America because of how the country has historically treated black people, black soldiers, more importantly in this context. And then we have Carly, who's trying to like who's fighting against the idea of like people getting snapped out of the blip, coming back, being corrupt, so on and so forth, who's trying to set back the ways of the world to before the snap happened, much to the detriment of everybody, like her and everybody else around her. Because they both see each other, they both see each other's causes as justified, and there's sort of like a mutual respect there. So I feel like ultimately it's gonna be Sam who takes down old girl, but Sam's gonna be the next Cap. That's hands down.
It pretty much like milked to that point where
he's gonna be the next Cap. And I don't know, U.S. Soldier. I don't know. He might. I don't know too much about. I mean, not U.S. Soldier, U.S. Agent. I don't know too much about his story though. I know like the barest minimum though, but like this whole power broker shit is.
That's the interest.
That's not gonna go.
That's the wild card right there.
The thing is,
go ahead.
I barely care because we like 2 episodes in. You've been talking this man up like he's a boogeyman. Do something. We broke into your house. We got your serum. They broken now.
Are we going to get a prediction part?
Yeah, that's what I'm leading. That's what I'm leading to, because
they talked to Thanos before he showed up, and when he showed up, he like people died.
So, but he had a whole movie dedicated to him. We got 2 episodes.
We you know what? But we end up seeing a peep of Thanos though. We end up seeing a peep of him. We don't see shit about no power broker.
I think we see. I think we see.
Okay, let's go to predictions.
So yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Ken.
So yeah, moving into the predictions for next episode. You remember when they were talking about the what's the name was talking to Carly about, okay, we got Sam and crew and we got the power broker, and she was like, I'll worry about the power broker later. It's like, nah, that means next episode power broker coming for that. You know? So I think that Brittany should go first.
Yes,
because I know what she's gonna say. Say it, bitch. Better have my serum.
I think it's Sharon Carter.
You know what? I ain't mad.
And I only say this because when the fact that they showed the scene of her getting in the car and she was, somebody opened the door, basically had an assistant. This bitch she got a little power where she at. She knows the city. Mm-hmm. She knows it well. She's in the underground part. And then she said something in this episode where she was walking. First of all, why are you showing her so little at a time? And then I'm really listening to what she's saying, and all of it just sounds so like cryptic. They're not giving us a lot about her. And then a shot. Okay, this is a visual thing. But when they had the camera, when she was across the table, and it was such a villain, a villain shot, like so far away. And I was just like, they even shooting her different than everybody else. And I'm like, I think it's her. She's been there so long. I think it's her.
You know what? See? I ain't mad. I ain't mad. I mean, as in think about introducing somebody brand new and I'm supposed to be scared.
Right, exactly.
It's not going to have the same effect. But she's been telling Sam, stay out of it.
Stay out of it.
Yep. Stay out.
And then what you going to do?
You're going to get the scoops. Power broker about to get mad.
And how she was like so nonchalant and said the power broker, he's going to be mad. She's like, she knows him.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, so she knows the power broker, but then does she really know? At the same time,
I think it's
if she really knew the power broker, she would have helped stop him from pursuing all this and becoming a problem. Mm-hmm. But the fact that she kind of nonchalant, and then when you were talking about shots, Brittany, what caught my eye especially was that scene when she was walking down with that hallway or something, and the soldiers, they were moving to the side for her, and she's wearing a suit. She's a business
power of authority.
That power walk through there, and the angle was the camera's low, looking up at her walking like that. That's a power walk through that. There's the power broker right there.
You know what? I was trying to read tonality through the text. I'm like, is this male or female? She's like, you play revolutionary, little girl. I'm like, who is this?
Yes, I know. I couldn't tell by the text at all.
This?
So I had to go visual. I was just like, how are they shooting her? And it was different.
You know what? But it simplifies things so much if it is Sharon.
Yeah,
you don't have to get to know a new character in the last 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
It's just clean and simple. Yo,
it'll be a twist.
I had to hold on my own for 7 damn years. While y'all guys was blipped and on the run.
7 years is a long time.
Fuck y'all.
That's a long time. You can definitely change in 7 years.
That's 7 seasons of getting power.
Be like, fuck that shit. I'm a boss ass bitch.
Yeah, but that's only 2 episodes to explain why the hell she went out her way to make a superhero like the super.
You know what? Money.
No. I mean, if
power,
it was that,
money, running shit.
But the thing is,
do you really want to make money selling stolen paintings?
I mean, but it's Sharon Carter though. If anything, she was a patriot first. If anything,
but like we just said, 7 years is a long time.
I mean,
Gee,
John Walker
even Bucky
seemed like
I don't like her no more. She ain't the same.
But it's kind of like
people change.
I don't know if it could be that simple though. That's the thing.
But
I'm also thinking about
because you know what? If hold up, I actually hit my mic. If it's it's a $250 mic. I'm not trying to hit that shit. Anyway, slap a bit. No, like if it's that simple, it's kind of like it feels like a cop out, or it just feels like it's just kind of like okay, it's kind of expected and shit. Because don't get me wrong, I thought the shit too, but I'm kind of like. No, because even when Marvel set shit up like this, Joe, it's never really been clear cut. It's never been like, so I don't know, man. I don't know who the shadow broker. I don't know who the I said shadow
power
broker. I'm sorry, because because there's some parallels between this and Mass Effect. The whole idea of like this enigmatic figure running shit from behind the scenes who's all knowing and like giving out information. Well, in this case, superpowers, because that's why he's the power. That's why they're the power broker. They give out superpowers to different people, and so I don't know.
In the shady business. That's why it's like it just really does make more sense for her to be it, because I don't understand introducing a new character that we don't know and. Why would we care in 2 episodes?
Yeah.
You know what would be a twist? What would be a funny, like not funny, but funny, but a really unexpected twist?
What?
If it was Isaiah Bradley.
No. Like they drained me for 30 years. He didn't want no guests at his house.
I don't think that either though, but at the same time, Joe, I wouldn't expect that. I wouldn't expect the power broker the way they've been talked to be living in like some house in fucking Baltimore, like completely off the map.
That's too far.
But, you know what? They only touched upon his existence once, and so the fact that they haven't expanded upon that is
it was mentioned a couple of times in a couple episodes, but other than that, that's it.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to be. Yeah, it was. I don't think he needs to be in the. It wouldn't make sense for him to actually be in the show. He's older. He's an older guy. He obviously said, "Fuck America." The system.
He's trying to chill. He didn't want to do nothing no more.
But he threw a can of tuna through a wall.
But I'm sure he ain't trying to fight no fight that he don't give a fuck about either. So
the only Sarah, I don't give a fuck about America.
The only reason he let them in is to see that if that arm grew back.
Right, exactly.
You can go now. I seen it.
I mean, but y'all act like villains haven't been made after getting screwed over by the establishment.
I mean, and that's Sharon.
Yeah.
That is Sharon. I just feel like that's like, man, I feel like I just feel like from a narrative point of view.
It's only 6 episodes though.
But you know what?
From a narrative point of view, I just feel like if Sharon ends up being like, I would accept the fact that she might be like an agent of the power broker. I would accept that. But her being the power broker themselves, I don't know. Like, because even when if you think Spider-Man, they really called back a lot of motherfuckers. Like the last Spider-Man movie, they called back to a lot of motherfuckers who showed up in the MCU. Like all the people that Tony Stark dealt with and shit, like way back years ago and shit. And you didn't expect that shit. It's like, god damn. So I feel like if the power broker is actually going to show up and not be like this enigmatic figure that's just behind the scenes. It would probably be somebody that we've seen before, not just in the series, but like in the MCU in general, who we ain't thought about in a long ass time.
Do you think there'll be like a legion where just several people being?
Yeah, I thought about that too. Just like
power brokers, kind of like how they took the Flag Smasher, made the Flag Smashers.
Yeah, it could. It's a
be like the Quarter Vowels from DC.
But I wonder at this point, how important are they really? Because I'm still more invested in John Walker. Because he mentioned Afghanistan, and I'm like, you can't be mentioning this shit if we're not going to get a flashback.
Oh, you know he did.
We might get one next. We might get one next episode.
It's like, how much time do I have to cater to all these individuals to also, care about the power broker? Are we only going to bring up the power broker because we care about Carly? Like, it could be anybody, but Carly.
Yeah,
he might be switching positions or whatever. So maybe it's just that person is just for that, not to be like the big boogie man about to fuck up the shit. But as in, like, you're about to mess up with a character that you may have connected to because you understand her struggle.
Right.
She got screwed over the system just like Sarah. And instead of just not getting a loan, she doesn't have a home. They relocated her to a building that hasn't gotten any support for 6 months. And they've been holding supplies that can last for 6 months.
And I like they kept saying that too, the 6 months thing. And I was just like, they really letting us know how fucked up this situation really is. So
I don't know if the power broker is supposed to be a villain or just somebody to push you to empathize with Carly more. Pretty much how Battlestar is not somebody's supposed to like, but he was just a sacrificial lamb to push John Walker to the brink. He's like the Miss Andre to the Khaleesi. You're like, we just him to push you over the edge. Thank you, Token.
So he got pushed into a pillar.
You gotta motivate them white characters,
Man, kill off their black friends. Shink for the culture.
But yeah, with that, that was the straw that was snapped, and he just that's when he really seen like he really took that serum. He started going after, and he is
the look of that motherfucker's face. Goddamn, he's like, oh shit.
He's like, it wasn't me, and then that happened.
I don't care. So everybody's like, oh god.
And so he added more red to the shield. So with that, what do you guys? So
internet is on this check.
Any other predictions about the next episode from you, Drea?
I think we might get a more highlight of John Walker because he just did an extreme act, so we're gonna have to get immediate reaction. And hopefully we get like a flashback to Afghanistan because Battlestar said like power just, expands, amplify who you already are. So hopefully he'll hit a downward spiral, might feel a bit of guilt of shit that he already done and he didn't feel that was honorable. And he just now dishonored the one thing in his life that felt right. So I think we're going to hit that first. I don't know what Sam and Bucky's first immediate thing to do. Unless they're gonna, hey Sharon, find Carly. She's in danger.
Sharon just like, hell yeah, I'm trying to find her.
Already found.
I'm like, you can package her up for me.
Right.
Send it a magic port. I'm gonna be partying while you bring it.
With Zemo.
Hey, you know what? Where did Zemo go? Zemo just dipped out, and I don't know if he's supposed
first
to be
of all,
Fly
is after his ass. I would have got out the jail too. I'm like,
let them beat up Lamar and John. I'm like, yo.
I would have did. I was like, this. I was telling Aaron, I was like, this would be a great time for Zemo to get out the jail. And that man was just like,
with his drink, he was taking a drink while they were fighting.
Yeah,
he just slowly.
I'm a dip.
He just smooth. That was so
he
smooth.
Said, I ain't T'Challa. I'm gonna watch this.
You're right.
That nigga literally spectated and was like, I had my fill and dipped out. Dude, fucking still were great beneath the tub or some shit. I don't know, bro. That shit was, bro.
It was like,
I'm really letting this motherfucker walk. Really? Like, bro.
They was into it. I mean, that fight was dope. It was dope. It was good. I really liked it. So they was into that fight. Yeah, he did that easily. He's like Sly Cooper mixed with James Bond, like just easily sneaking out. But yeah, with that, so What about you, Will? Any predictions in the other theories for next episode?
I keep saying Shadow Broker. I think the Power Broker is going to reveal themselves in some form of fashion. Whether or not that's Sharon Carter, I don't know. Because I have to expect either the Power Broker is like some sort of like Dread Pirate Roberts bullshit where people just assume the fucking title over time and shit, or it's just that she works for him in some degree.
Mm-hmm.
And so I mean, yeah, so there's that, or it's shit, I don't know. I think they're gonna reveal themselves in some form of fashion, or like by proxy, and then the U.S. government is gonna have to be doing crowd control over the bullshit that John kicked off and shit. Then Dora Milaje, they ain't forgot about Zemo. That's cool.
No, they never forget. You saw they they'll talk discussion about it.
They still gonna be tracking that nigga, and it's gonna be. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird because like even like a lot of the expectations that I have been either like straight up wrong, or they just gone left in a way I didn't think it would happen. So I kind of don't want to do a prediction because it's kind of like, well, I don't know what the fuck is going to come out of this, because every sort of preconceived notion about how I think shit is going to happen, all of a sudden some happens that I did not perceive.
But like that's so beautiful,
right?
Yeah, that's good.
You want some new stuff. You don't want to be able to predict it. Then it gets too.
I don't. Which is why I feel like me trying to make a prediction is fucking redundant. But I just listed off the sensible shit. Like there's gonna be fallout from John Walker doing his bullshit. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna let him keep that fucking mantle. That's just bad. That it'd be a good.
I got something for that.
Oh, I got one question, but I don't know when to ask it before Brittany.
Well, Will, did you finish? You go ahead and finish your thought.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is what I think. If we know America, we know that we make up excuses for our white men in this country.
No, they make it.
I don't claim.
Oh yeah, no. Okay, they make excuses for him. So what they're gonna do, I think, this is my prediction. They're gonna have to twist this story. They're gonna have to twist this narrative, and because these people are quote unquote terrorists around, that's how they're already painting it out in the media that they are terrorists. He killed a terrorist. He's the more extreme Captain America that was able to go ahead and kill a terrorist.
Like a bad habit.
Yes,
if they don't use the word insurgent, I'm gonna be upset. I'm like, bro, because they use that shit like early on, every other night during the initial war on terror. Like yo, you killed 32 insurgents,
and that's literally that's how I think. That's why I don't think John Walker is actually gonna be like reprimanded on what he actually did. I think they're gonna kind of look at him. I mean, they have to do damage control because it was on, on the camera and stuff and on the internet. But I think the media is going to twist it and they're going to warp it to where he's still the hero. So I think he still will be the bad guy that Sam will have to deal with, because Sam knows, Sam knows what's going on. Sam and Bucky knows what's going on. And that's going to be who they have to really deal with. And then whoever the power broker is, that's the only one that's still kind of a mystery, besides my theory of it being the power broker being Sharon Carter. I don't know how it's all going to play together, like how it's going to interact together. But I do know that I feel that John Walker and Sam and Bucky are directly have to deal with this character.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Question. I might update my update. I want to update my prediction.
Oh,
update. Go ahead.
I want to update. All right. As in, I don't know if America's going to excuse him or they're going to dismiss him in general and say that he was not acting in our interest. And I don't know if that and all the sacrifice he has done, especially whatever happened in Afghanistan, that he wasn't proud of, and just to be neglected and abandoned by America, that's going to be that last wish. He gonna like,
fuck it.
Let me just
I'ma do what I want. This is for Lamar.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
man.
then it's just the motivation would be kind of like, okay, what is his motivation besides getting revenge for Lamar? It's just, I guess, I don't know, as the audience, I'd be like, oh, okay.
I could just see him
he went
twisting.
rogue.
I'm assuming I could just see him twisting in the wind, and the only thing left is to take him out and take the shield. Like, I don't know if he's meant to live past this series.
Yeah, I don't think
it'd be so much easier if he doesn't.
Yeah, it would. Writing wise, it definitely would.
But is the easy route is that what they're going with?
I mean, it's a series. Is it going to really be a part of Phase 4? How is going to work with the rest? Either you're going to be in prison, we're going to forget about you like they forgot about Isaiah, or you're going to be taken out, and then they're going to write up an elaborate ass story how you got stressed under pressure trying to be Captain America, and you snapped and you took the serum.
No, I think if anything, they're gonna stop him from being Captain America, and he's gonna take on that final transformation into becoming U.S. agent. It's gonna be some clandestine bullshit. He won't be in the public. He won't be in the public eye. He won't be doing bullshit, but he's still be employed by the U.S. government doing this like clandestine operations and shit. So he wouldn't be as public as a figure as he is now with that mantle of Captain America. I think that's more likely to be the thing, because if anything has been proven in this series is that America is fully willing to sweep whatever the fuck bullshit under the rug and move about their day. So yeah, so they're probably, and the fact that now he has the super soldier serum, they're not gonna get rid of him off rip. They're not gonna do that. That's
wonderful resources. Unless he dies,
they're gonna use him. They're just gonna use him in a way
in the background.
They didn't use him in the background, just in the shadows.
I think because he's so unhinged, I feel like the only reason Bucky was used because he was basically brainwashed for Hydra. So it's just like, how do you get somebody that's obviously insecure, is dealing with some type of PTSD? He's
I mean, you forget
unstable. So how do you control something with the super soldier serum, an unstable individual that's trying to prove himself constantly?
You forget at one point Hydra became part of the U.S. government.
I know. I get that. But as of right now, we don't have a Hydra. So like, maybe we do.
They still exist. Bucky knows where they at because he put them there.
That's what my point is, that they're gonna have to do some type, like his personality. He can't just be.
Oh yeah, no, he's not
a brainless soldier.
Yeah, he's not it's shown from the beginning how he's not fit for this idealism of Captain America, because he's like, he just wants to do the job. And like, no, this is the job. The job is going out there and pleasing the fan and pleasing the populace and being that symbolism for America. That's just, and then going out doing these tours. That's the job, not just the combat part. But he just wants to do the combat part.
The combat part. Exactly.
I think it all depends on the chaos control. If they sweep this shit on the rug or dismiss him, is going to dictate what his next move is. If they sweep it under the rug, they're probably going to give him shit more his speed so he can be what he was meant to be, or be what he felt like he fulfilled to do. I can do this. I can do the job. I can get the job done. I can save more people because I'm super duper strong. Or they neglect me, and now you're kind of, disenchanted with the idealism of patriotism, and he goes left.
Yeah.
And then somebody takes him out, and then everything is clean because he ain't got no more super soldiers. He probably gonna take out all of Carly's people first.
Oh, he hunted them all down. Like the moment, like where him and Lamar connected, where like, if only we had the serum back in Afghanistan, the people we could have saved. And then that moment where even he had the serum, but he still couldn't save Lamar, and that he really.
Yo, they stole his ticket to the cookout. Hell yeah, he gonna go after their ass.
Oh, yeah,
was he really invited to the cookout? Because even Bucky like, stop the car, get me out.
No,
we will walk to the airport.
Bucky said that shit after when Buddy told him his code name, Battle Scar.
You're like, this ain't no real cookout. That was a potluck.
Damn, get me out. I'll be the same way, Joe. Your name is what? Nah, pull over. Fuck this.
And I really appreciated Lamar because it seemed like he balanced him a bit. Anytime John Walker stepped too far, he's like, yo, come back. We don't know if they took him out of prison. Let's find out. You doing too much, best friend.
But
But then with that serum conversation, I'm like, damn, sir, you not played your role as the token. You're supposed to keep your
that's what I was about to say. Like that was the only thing about that character. He just obviously seemed just like a token and a motivation tool for John Walker. And I'm just tired of seeing that shit in general.
Girl, I feel you.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my God, here we go.
The fact they had to kill him off just for him to go bad, I'm like, baby, it was already there. The whole episode was like there. Super soldiers. They weren't even super soldiers. You gonna let him alone with them super soldiers? Super soldiers. They weren't even super soldiers.
Obsessed over it.
What you do if you could be a super soldier? All right.
Man. they did Lamar like they did was it Ashanti and Freddy versus Krueger, where she got punched into a tree.
No, that was Kelly. But yes, Kelly Rowland.
Yeah, Kelly Rowland. Yeah, shit.
Not Kelly.
I folded.
They don't give a fuck about black people.
They killed her bogus as hell too. Because the person she was trying to save still died, and she died. And I was just like, what was the point? Like,
nope. It was Ashanti and Resident Evil, right?
It was.
Yeah, and she was in the bus. In the bus, like, oh, see, all the movies they get done off the wrong way.
Yeah, just wrong.
Only one can.
At least
survive.
We got Falcon.
Yeah, we got Black
Falcon.
We got Black Kid.
Like, who is writing this shit?
Don't do that.
Oh my God! The series finale.
Black person in the writer room.
On the series finale, we should just list all the black as fuck moments. Because that shit.
Yes. Okay, I'm gonna start writing them down now. TT definitely gotta be. I'm a TT. So
let's make a ranking video on it.
Oh,
the blackest.
Yeah, the blackest moments.
Man,
that'd be good.
They locked me in jail for 30 years for nothing.
Black as fuck, yeah.
He's like, yo, people. He meant Hydra. I'm like, he didn't mean white people. You sure? You sure?
It literally crossed my mind.
Ain't y'all the same?
He's like,
were there any black Hydras? Let's be clear.
Hey, low key, I kind of I like Bucky though, but like hearing Isaiah be like, yeah, I remember you. I broke my foot off in your ass in Vietnam. I'm like, nigga, I'm here for it. Yes.
Yeah. He's like, where that flashback at?
Ooh, I want that.
I want to see it.
They showing me Zemo. I want to see that fight.
It showed him again his arm dislocated. Let's show again ripped off.
Ooh, that would be beautiful. Ooh, I would love that shit. Dear Disney, if you're watching, we want that shit.
Any other predictions?
What's your prediction? You didn't say anything.
That's it for me. Yeah, what's yours?
I was saying, make sure everyone else got
put their 2 cents in. System.
So after hearing what Will said, I'm about 50-50 on if Sharon's the power broker or works for the power broker, because she could be like Kira is to Darth Maul from the Solo movie. How not head of Crimson Sun, but she up there.
She high,
especially after killing what's his face. Put that ring on real quick. But
yeah, she did.
So yeah, I mean, I can see it being going both ways right now because of the way how they kind of changing the narrative a bit from the norm that we're pretty used to. So at this point I could see her being the power broker, but I could see her not being the power broker, but instead working for her and working for him or her. Because I like this direction that they're going with this series. And John Walker is definitely going to either be dethroned as Captain America and excommunicated and all that, and then fully switch over to another identity, or he is retained as Captain America, but they go a more brutal approach to things. And we're just saying like, yeah, he had to do he's doing the job, getting the job done in a more brutal way. That's the new norm now. And if they were to go with that approach, then there could be more people aligning with Carly and the Flag Smashers, which could kind of lead to more escalation of shit. So but that with also ultimately, I think they probably will introduce her as the power broker though, because unless they're going to align a new character in to be a power broker and introduce them later on to another series or another movie or something, I feel like they probably just keep with the people that they already added to the show. So.
Okay, sounds good.
But yeah. So yeah, that's the whole world's watching, man. I wonder how many views he got from that.
Man, that'd have been trending on Black Twitter.
Say,
like, he ain't my captain.
A few billions.
How many hashtags? Hashtag not my cap.
Right.
Man. I'm gonna start.
I think I might have used that on Twitter.
Hashtag
not my cap. Hey, we could start that then. Let's do that. If it's not there, let's make it.
Hey, because I've been talking shit on Twitter since this morning when I watched this episode. I'm like, wait a minute. Because watching John Walker get stomped out by Black women, beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Twitter, catch us on our
social.
My
dad just texted me.
Go ahead.
My dad just texted me. He said, they got blood on Captain America's shield. And it was a sad face and an angry face and a cry face. I'm like, oh.
So many mixed emotions.
The emotes. Did you imagine his face going through these emotions?
I could see him like this, watching that whole scene, just upset and bothered. Yeah.
Like, yeah, this episode do put people through some feels, as you heard. So, but yeah, well, with that, go ahead. If you like this review, go ahead, hit that like and subscribe and comment down below. And as always, stay fresh.
Hey.
Bye.
Go forward, sounding out, people.
Hey.